It is time to reevaluate our attitudes about alcohol and other drugs. In purely objective terms, beverage alcohol is a recreational hard drug. Mind-numbing, easy to misuse, and intimately connected with aggression, carelessness, and despair. When a drugged individual is involved in a violent crime or an accident, the drug most often is alcohol. In America, alcohol is responsible for 65% of murders, 55% of college rapes, that's 70,000 per year, 39% of traffic fatalities, 33% of all trauma injuries, 33% of drownings, and 25% of teen suicides. About 150,000 Americans die from chronic alcohol-related illnesses each year, and another 3,000 from accidental overdoses. Alcohol is not without merit. With moderate use, 1 or 2 drinks per day, alcohol acts like a soft drug, providing pleasant short-term effects, enhanced sociability and relaxation, and favorable long-term effects, lower blood pressure and cholesterol, lower risk of stroke and heart disease, and longer life. A similar scenario exists among pharmaceutical drugs, with substantial risk accompanying their benefits. For pain, over-the-counter painkillers, including aspirin and Tylenol, are indispensable, yet they kill 15,000 people annually. The antidepressant Paxil raises the risk of suicide. Xanax for anxiety is highly addictive. Ambien for insomnia causes sleepwalking and sleep driving. Humira for arthritis triples the risk of cancer. Advair for asthma may cause pneumonia. Thalidomide, newly approved for treating skin cancer, causes horrendous birth defects. Children are put on ADHD drugs, even though each year thousands end up in the hospital from bad reactions. Hundreds of children taking the drug report having suicidal thoughts, and a few end up dead from complications. A legal stimulant, caffeine, is so pervasive and accepted that most of the population, including children, consume it daily via coffee, soda, or energy drinks, even though moderate consumption raises the risk of a heart attack. And 5 grams of caffeine, 33 cups of coffee, will kill you. So we clearly allow people to ingest hazardous drugs. We just have to give them enough information about the drugs so they may choose and use them safely and responsibly. Against that backdrop, we must evaluate another drug being used by tens of millions of Americans, one that must be used covertly despite its remarkable safety: marijuana. First, police across the nation readily admit that unlike alcohol, marijuana does not make users violent or reckless. If anything, it makes them peaceful and introspective. Second, a comprehensive 1999 study commissioned by the drug czar at the time concluded marijuana was a viable and effective medicine, moderately well suited for chemotherapy-induced nausea, severe pain, and other conditions. A 2004 study showed it blocked gamma herpes. A 2005 study showed it slowed hardening of the arteries. A 2006 UCLA study concluded marijuana is not linked to lung cancer and may inhibit tumor growth. A 2006 Ohio State University study indicated it may stave off Alzheimer's. Other pharmaceutical medicines may be more effective than marijuana in certain applications, but marijuana has an inherent advantage: it's non-toxic. The Drug Enforcement Administration itself conceded in 1988 that there are no reported deaths from marijuana in recorded medical history. Third, regarding recreational use, an independent RAND Corporation study in 2002 concluded that marijuana does not act as a gateway drug or lead teenagers to experiment with hard drugs. According to the drug maker Merck, marijuana's active ingredient, THC, unlike alcohol and nicotine, does not cause physical dependence. Merck's researchers concluded that opposition to the drug rests on a moral and political, not a toxicological foundation. Common sense is slowly taking hold, and many states now allow marijuana, at least for medical use. Federal lawmakers, however, want to continue to subject marijuana users to arrest and punishment without scientific or moral basis. There is no aspect of marijuana in a private setting that warrants federal agents breaking down the door and treating as thugs people who have not harmed anyone, arresting them or seizing their property. Over the 70 years of marijuana prohibition, American citizens have suffered cruel and unusual punishment, as well as unequal protection under the law. Imprisonment should be restricted to those we fear: murderers, rapists, batterers, thieves, people driving under the influence, whether alcohol, marijuana, or sleeping pills. The United Nations recently proclaimed that a quintupling of marijuana's strength over the past 30 years has made it dangerous, warranting more intrusive global enforcement efforts. Nonsense. Whiskey is 8 times stronger than beer, but people simply adjust their dosage to get the desired result and aren't arrested for it. If governments truly want to solve the marijuana problem, they could allow tobacco farmers to grow it, the government to tax it, the FDA to inspect it, the liquor companies to sell it, police to control it, and adults to use it. The only problem with marijuana is that it's illegal.